Yes, yes, yes. We are back with another one. Oh man, this weekend was tiring. I'm really tired. So I'm trying to get this video out, but I was just thinking about what I was gonna make a video on. And like I told y'all, I'm obligated to you guys as well. And I wanted to talk to you guys today about mindset. This weekend has taught me a lot about mindset. And if you really, really want to know how to achieve success, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to get your mind right. Let's go. Woo! What y'all doing today, man? It's Monday, and I'm back with another banger. I want to talk today about mindset, but before I get into the mindset, I got to tell y'all something. I got a package this weekend, too. And this package, probably been waiting for it for maybe 2 months. And it finally came, and it comes from Shopify. Not sure if you can see Shopify. Let's see what it says. Milestone, 10,000 milestone. Welcome, you've made it. You've reached a pivotal moment in your entrepreneurship journey, one that deserves something extra special. Your first Shopify milestone, 10,000 lifetime orders, is an accomplishment that starts with you, and it's a small feat. Whatever that means. The start of entrepreneurship's journey, that's all good. It's basically a milestone. We've done over 10,000 transactions in Shopify. So they went ahead and blessed us with a milestone. Let's see what it looks like. So you get this sort of package to start of something special. 10,000 orders, man, that's amazing. Comes in this nice box. It says milestone. And then 10,000. Let's see what it look like. I guess they want to be like YouTube. You know, it makes people work harder to get their thing and use their platform. So, wow. Oh, so it's the box. And wow, this thing is heavy. There it go. It has the big S, a shopping bag, which is pretty cool. And it has the name, congratulations, EYL InvestFest, on reaching 10,000 orders, April 4th, 2024. Man, give us a thing. That is dope. Wow. Look at that. Look at us. Look at us. And that's what it says right there. This is dope. Got to put this on a bookshelf. And I guess it comes with a rack to clean it. And tells you who made the award. Pretty cool. Wow. So shout out to EYL InvestFest. We got our milestone. They owe us one for Earn Your Leisure for the merch also. I gotta talk to Shopify about this. But I think they just started doing this. It's pretty cool that they're doing this. And I got an alert in the app, and they said, you know, we're sending you this app. So I said, hey, let's do it. Let's make it happen. And I got it. So pretty cool. Takes about 2 months to get. Pretty cool. I got to get a couple. One for me, one for Troy, one for Rashad, and one for MG, because he is our partner with InvestFest. So gotta get that to you guys. I'll figure out how to do all that. I wasn't sure if it was even real, but it is. So the Shopify shopping bag. But back to the video. So this week was very interesting, and I've learned a lot about why your mindset is so important, and not just like the mindset of for yourself, but the mindset you put out there to have people think of you how you want to be thought of. And I think about like in Earn Your Leisure, right? We always used to say the number one financial literacy podcast or media company, or number one or the biggest, right? And you keep saying it, you know, eventually people are going to start to like listen to it, right? And believe it, right? Because if this person says, this person said, this person said, some part of it's true. Whether it's true or not, it doesn't matter. And even like David Shands with the podcast, he had his podcast summit, but he calls himself the podcast king, right? And whether or not he's the podcast king or not, he keeps calling himself that, and other people start calling him that. And then people are going to start to get the perception that he's the podcast king. So anything podcast, they're going to go to him. On top of that is that we are going to look at that person in that industry as the king of podcasting. So whenever I want to do something in podcasting, I'm going to think of David Shands, a household name for podcasting. For financial literacy, a household name for financial literacy, because you're putting that out there to the people, and now the people are receiving you as that, and that's the perspective that people are going to have on you. So I want you to think about whatever you want to do, right? Like, the hardest thing is thinking about what you want to do. I even go through it, right? Because I'm a person that knows so many things. Like, if you're a part of the MacPack, I know at some point you got to be like, yo, how does this man know all these different things? Because I invest so much in myself. Like, I want to learn everything. I'm the type of person that I'm going to come here, I'm going to come somewhere, and I'm going to just go, I'm going to look at it, I'm going to learn it and research it and do everything. It's just like my son. Like, he wants to open up everything, look at it, and I'm like, that got to be me. And that's how I was. I'm like, I want to learn everything possible. I don't want to leave nothing on the table. And that's how, if you are a part of MacPack, and if you're not a part of the MacPack, I think you should be a part of it like immediately. You can go, use the code MJM and save like 90%. So, and you could become a part of the pack, where I give you weekly calls every single week about everything I possibly know, everything I learned, all my experiences and everything. So it's like, it's hard for me to understand where I want to be known as, right? The master of none, but the jack of trades of many. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I go through it too, right? I know when I first came out publicly with my like making videos in terms of my brand and earning your leisure and things like that, I came out as the brand builder. I could build brands, right? Because that's what I've been doing. At the end of the day, it takes all the different tools that I have to build a brand, whether it's marketing, whether it's websites, whether it's digital ads, all these different things. It takes all these different elements to build your business, right? And I know how to build a business, right? And what I notice is you can make a brand be very lame. You can be like black and white, or you can put some sauce onto it, right? And that's another thing, right? We have a raffle going on, right? It ended, I believe, last night. But it was a raffle, and all the information was given to Rashad. I believe Rashad, right? And we gave this raffle information to Rashad. And shout out to Neo, shout out to Bam. Bam also, Bam actually wanted to do it with merch originally. I guess the timing and everything, it didn't work out, but we end up doing this raffle for InvestFest. And this is what the source is. Like, I'm starting to realize how you perceive things, right? And because of the relationships that we have with all these different people, he reached out to Steve Harvey and was like, yo, do you want to be a part of this raffle? We can, you can make this happen, and it'd be good for InvestFest. I guess they all agreed. They all thought about it, but it wasn't just putting a raffle out. It was putting a raffle out that was sponsored by Steve Harvey. Now, the raffle is amazing. What you get in this raffle is unbelievable. You get like upgraded VIP ticket. You get $1,000, travel, room and board, all these different things, right? Which is good. But how do we make it better? And he put the source of like, Steve Harvey presents the InvestFest raffle giveaway. How much more official is that now? And you also get to meet Steve Harvey if you win. Like, how much more are you more incentivized to tap or to purchase or enter that raffle because it had that different layer of sauce on it? And I want you to think about this when you're doing your brand. You have to re-engineer things like this, right? I'm not just making a shirt. I want to make a story to the shirt, right? Whether or not how you came up with the idea of the shirt, whether or how you met this person and developed the shirt, or you got a person that is sponsoring your shirt or is influencing your shirt. How did you make that happen? It's all about storytelling. And that was just that added sauce to create that story. And it aligned with the story that we've been telling. Like, we met Steve Harvey. We did an interview with Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey became a partner with us with InvestFest. Now Steve Harvey's doing a raffle with InvestFest. Steve Harvey introduced us to to Robert F. Smith. Steve Harvey introduced us to Tyler Perry. See, and then boom, you're able to meet Steve Harvey and have a conversation with Steve Harvey, who is worth probably over hundreds of millions of dollars and has a whole bunch of wealth of knowledge. How valuable is that? Like, so, and we're not just doing it for one person, we're doing it for 5 people. But it goes along with the story that's been told. And me personally, I have to get better at telling the story, because it's not what you say, it's how you say it, right? I can literally do a lot of different things, right? But I have to translate that to you guys in a better way, right? So, and I tell you this, like, you guys, you want to do something. One, you want to think about how this person across the table sees you, right? That's almost like knowing your audience, but how you want to be known for. What do you want to be known for? How do you want people to see you, right? And if you can understand that concept and then package it in a way that is so digestible, is so understandable, is so like relatable, you are going to flourish when you develop your brand. I think of another brand, Alpha Street Podcast, I believe it's called, right? My boy Tukes. I mean, it may just be a year old, but he wanted to he is big with media. He's a videographer, he's an editor, he's everything, right? He does all this stuff, right? But his passion is cars. And he looked at a market. He knew what podcasting can do because he was producing MG, the Mortgage Guy show. So he knew what it can be, right? And it took him a long time to just figure out what he wanted to do. And he could have touched the space of what he's really, really good at. But then I guess he looked at it like he looked at the landscape of what was going on in podcasting, and he's seen a gap. He's seen a problem, and he came up with a solution. But he packaged it in a way that people would resonate with his podcast immediately, because he knew that it was a problem, because it was nobody in that space. Then he took it upon himself. He had a very nice logo where it had like wings on it, so it kind of told like it was fast, right? Red, stop, the color stop to make you look at the brand. And then what he did was he got in contact with all the people in that industry of the cars, right? And he was able to get some really high profile people in that space. Now, just think about this. I packaged a podcast, a car podcast, where we just talk about all cars, and I'm getting influencers or guests that have the audience that likes this package, right? I wanted to be known, i.e. Tukes, I wanted to be known as the #1 podcast for all things cars or sports racing or sports cars, whichever the industry is, right? He made that package. He packaged it up and made people want to know him for that. Then the production is going to be crazy, because that's what he does. I'm not sure if it's his passion, but I know cars is his passion. And I'm going to get to the passion part. But what he also did was he got in front of the audience, right? That was going to like this package, right? So if I go to an Apple event and I have something that works really well with an Apple phone, my audience is there. I just have to have the right package. And sometimes we have the right ideas, but we don't package them up right. And you have to really think, right? Before you want to put this in front of your audience, You have to be able to have a package that people are going to resonate with. People are going to understand right away, right? I know his tagline is street racing or something, podcast or whatever it is, right? But whatever it is, he knew that once he produced this nice package with the video, the audio, the logos, everything, and he got guests that had his audience, it was going to go ham. And that's what exactly it did. It literally got 300,000 followers in like a year, within a year. So all because he had the right package and put it in front of the right audience. And before you do anything with your brand, you have to understand, what do you want people to see you as? Once you get the person that the people you want to see you as, how am I going to connect with that audience? Where is that audience? I know that entrepreneurs is probably my biggest audience because entrepreneurs are in need of all the things I do. I know the problem in my industry, right? The problem in my industry is you've been working a year, you've been working 2 years, you've been working 3 years, and it just ain't working out. You're not making any money, you're not growing, you're not getting in touch with the right audience, all those different things. Now, you got to package it up in even what you say, right? Because it's not what you say, it's how you say it, right? Like, I know that you can't break a $10,000 a month. I'm going to show you how to make $100,000 a month. I'm going to show you what you've been missing, what you've been doing wrong for the last year, for the last 2 years in your business, why you've been stuck at $10,000 a month. And I'm going to show you how to make $100,000 a month, because I did it not once, not twice, but over 10 times with a bunch of other companies. And I'm going to show you what's been missing. Now, if that was the message, that's what you have to go with. That's your niche. That's your lane. Now, my audience, I have to get in front of audiences of entrepreneurs that are stuck, that are not doing what they need to be doing, right? And this could be going back to David Shands. It could be just being a sponsor on his Hot Seat podcast, right? Because those are a bunch of struggling entrepreneurs that want to understand, because people are listening to that because they hear the mistakes, but they need solutions. Like, all right, maybe they have a solution. Maybe Dave is going to share a solution with this person because they're all entrepreneurs struggling. So you have to just think about outside the box. Where's your audience and how do you want to package it to the audience? It made me realize that I got to put suits on. That's the new thing. I've been saying this for a really long time, and I wanted to lose 20 more pounds. But I mean, I want to be looked at as a business professional, right? The number one business professional. I connect the dots. I make things happen. I build brands. I create partnerships. And in order to, your image is everything. I am the type of guy that I like to just go wherever I can go. I made videos like, look, my hair crazy. I've done a lot of different things, right? That you have to always be aligned with the image you want to portray with your audience. And that's been tough for me because I've been so comfortable in my skin. I love, just being able to do what I want, have fun, and, not have to look like the part and not have to keep in this image. But the reality is, if you're going to do something, if you're going to put your videos out there, you're going to build a brand, you can't just go 50-50. You got to go all in. And I don't even promote my videos on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. I don't promote it. I don't even do the promotion that I should be doing. Me personally, that's how I came up with this video, is that you either got to do it or not. Your mindset got to be right on both ends of the field. Like, my mindset is locked in what I want to do. Like, it's locked in. I'm in a fight against myself because I'm doing all of this, but I'm not doing the other half of it. And there's no way, because I'm trying to be this guy that could build this brand with not the public's facial success, but just kind of still be behind the scenes and be on the low. But in the reality, it's not going to work. It's either, if I'm going to do it, I got to do it. And that's what you got to say to yourself. If you want to really do this, you got to really do it, because you're only wasting your time and your audience's time if you're not going to go all the way. Because I got some great information on all these videos, some great information, and they're only getting like 1,000, 2,000 views, where it should be getting hundreds of thousands and millions of views. But it's not because I'm not putting my all in. I'm not advertising it like I should be. I'm not promoting it like I should be. I'm not talking about it like I should be. I'm not saying I'm the number one guy in business, right? Because I am. I've been doing business at a high level for a very long time. And if I'm able to package that up and deliver it to the audience so where it could be receptive, how much easier it's going to be for me to build that brand? How much easier, right? But right now I've been fighting a fight that I can't win because I'm fighting against myself. And this weekend, I said, you know what? You're right. I'm going to do it or I'm not going to do it. And I got to do it because I love this. I love speaking to you guys. I love making videos. I love the Mac Pack. And I was too busy worrying about what other people are going to feel. But the reality is, I've been more loyal to other people than I've been loyal to myself. I've been more loyal to other people than I've been loyal to myself. I need to be able to have the perception that I deserve. I no longer can move around the way I've been moving around. That's one. Respect yourself, right? And I agree, respect yourself. So I got to take blame for that. I can't come out the house looking the way I used to look. I have to be looked the par at all times. Number two, I have to put it out there. I can't hide because the longer I hide, the more it's going to be fighting against myself. And number three, don't give a fuck about nobody's feelings because they don't give a fuck about yours. They don't give a fuck about yours. So I appreciate this weekend. I appreciate the fact that I had a moment to think, really have clarity, and to think about what I need to be, who I need to be, and how I need to do it. And I just got to do it. No more Mr. Nice Guy. It's got to be or it's got to be. And that's it. And I want you to take this information, take this story, take this feeling, and think about it for yourself, because you could be that person and you got the right mindset, but are you portraying that mindset to the world correctly? And if you continue to do something and you're not growing, you got to do something else. It's not working. And all of my like channels have grown tremendously, right? So it was working, right? But it was working when I was putting it out there. It was working when I was saying it, right? It was working when I was promoting it. It was working when I was doing speaking engagements. And I want to be a speaker. I want to be the best speaker in the world, right? But it's not going to happen if I don't continue to put out the work. If I don't continue to tell people. I got a whole t-shirt brand that I want to put out, and it goes along with starting the conversation. But if I don't put these things in play, if I don't talk about these things, if I don't tell these things, and if I don't believe in these things, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. And that's why today I'm making a commitment to put in the work both ways. I have to look the part, I have to do the work, and I have to make it happen. And I want you to say to yourself, today is the day. No longer you can wait for somebody else. No longer you can put your life aside for somebody else. You have to make the decision to put it out. No longer you can wait or worry about how someone else feels. This is your moment. This is your moment. Every morning, wake up, say, this is your moment. Because this is your moment and you can make it happen. And that's what I tend to do. So you're going to be seeing a lot of videos from me Like this video here. Yes. Does it bother me a little bit to put this out, right? Because, some people going to talk and say, oh, he's feeling this way and he's feeling that way, or this ain't about nobody in particular. Nobody in particular. It's more about me than anyone else. I realize that I have to put myself first. I'm not upset. I'm not mad about anything. I just realized that my image of who I am is not portrayed to my audience or to the people around me. So my image is not the same image of who I really am. And I'm the number one man in business. How you like that? The number one man in business. We're going to run with that? The number one man in business. The number one man in business. So this is me, Michael J. McDonald, and I'm the number one man in business. I love the fact that I did this video. I love the fact that I thought about it. Like I was like, had a lot of time to think about it, but it's time. It's time. I'll see y'all soon. Love y'all.